Hey legacy builders, welcome back to Mind Your Money. In today's video I'm tracking expenses. You would normally, if you've been here before, see me tracking expenses in my annual budget workbook, but today I've decided to use this from Cloth and Paper. It's called the Kakeibo Method. If I'm not pronouncing it correctly, I will have it on the screen, and I'll link a video and the website down below so you can check this out. I love using pen and paper, and I am going to track expenses today from the 11th of August through the 17th. So I'm going to go ahead and fill out the date that the charge was made, the description of the charge, and then what category it fits in, and then of course the amount, and then we're going to total up how much we've charged on the credit card in the last week. This is very different from how I usually track, but I like this setup and I wanted to give it a shot. So let me know if you usually follow along with me. Are you using your computer? Are you using the spreadsheet? Are you using my workbook, either the physical or digital copy? Let me know. I'm going to try this and see how it works. Starting on the 11th, that was a no spend day, so I am going to write that in here as no spend, right? So we didn't spend in any category, so that's $0. Then on the 12th, there was a purchase for a Metro card from the MTA, and that was $34, and that came from, or that will be paid back from, our transportation fund. And then also on the 12th, we spent $26.93 at the local Stop and Shop for some groceries. That will come from our food fund. And then I went to Chick-fil-A. The purchase posted on the 12th for $9.84 because I was doing some back to school shopping that day. It was hot. It was a little bit stressful. I stopped and got us some ice cream on the way home. So that will come from our food fund. And then we went to McDonald's one day the week prior, but it posted on the 12th for $35.85. And that will come from our food fund. And then I made a payment that posted on the 12th for $15 and a penny. Then that was it for the 12th. On the 13th, the first charge was at Stop and Shop for groceries, and that will come from our food fund. We spent $9.64. The second charge on the 13th was for New York City Department of Transportation. I had to pay for parking when I took the kids to a local library, and that was $2.50. And then I took them for pastries from a local bakery. It was really good, but we spent $14.60 over there, and that will also come from food, which is a purpose fund. And then on the 14th, Easy Pass took out $75 for our tolls, that little thing, and that's coming from transportation. Spectrum is our monthly bill. That's for our internet. That went up by like $4, so now it's $89.99 a month. And then on the 14th, I had a credit reward redemption of $2.06. Then on the 15th, I bought myself some Starbucks for $10.78. That's coming from food. And then also Chick-fil-A. We spent $18.98. We were stuck in traffic that day, so fast food was it. And then what else? Safe Horizon is a monthly charitable donation, and it's not a bill, but I group it in with my bills because it's a fixed expense for me. So that was $25. On the 16th was a no spend, but I did have a payment of $100, a credit reward redemption of 11 cents, and then another automatic payment of $35 that posted. Then going to the 17th, another transportation charge for parking. That was $1.50. That's coming from transportation. I think I did say that. And then I have to move to a new page and tell you about Target. I went and bought myself some personal hygiene items that cost $13.55, and that will come from wellness. Walmart, I did buy a couple of things for the baby, a pair of baby shoes and some lotion, and so that came up to $14.49. That is actually going to come from clothing. And then Easy Pass, we got a bill in the mail for an unpaid toll from when we first got the car before we got our Easy Pass. So that was $10.60. I paid that on the credit card, and that will come from transportation. We bought more food at Chick-fil-A for $16.59. More food from McDonald's for $7.48. And then I put gas in the car. I went to Speedway, and that charge to fill up the car, $34.72, and that will come from our transportation fund. And then there was a credit reward redemption that posted on the 17th for 82 cents. Then 3 payments that I made that posted on the 17th. The first payment was for $26.93. The second payment was for $9.84, and the last payment was for $34. And now I'm just going to total up how much we spent in the last week. Plus $10.78 plus $18.98 plus $25 plus $1.50. We're already at $354. $13.55, $14.49, $10.60, $16.59, $7.48, $34.72. $452.04 is the total that we charged. And although I've already probably shown you on the screen, I do need to go back and check the payments and credit reward redemptions and how much that totals. $15 and a penny. Then what else? I'm going up. $2 with 6 cents. $100. 11 cents. $2 with 17 cents. 20 cents. $35. $9.84. $26.93. 34. 82. Okay, so our total payments, $226 and 14 cents. So that's what I'm going to write here. Total payments, $226.14. This is not very comfortable for me because, you know, I'm not doing it the way I would prefer to do it. Make the charges, pay it off. I mean, I've been making payments, but I want to check off and say, yeah, I paid this back, I paid that back. I'm doing it very different. We're getting out of this soon. We're not staying here. We're not staying in this uncomfortable space where we can't pay off the balance at the end of each month. That's not happening. This is not going to last forever. On the 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, and this is through the 17th. So we've been spending quite a bit. I'm going to put C next page. C next. Okay, that is what we've charged in print, right there, black and white. For bills, we paid $89.99 plus $25, and that was it for bills, right? $114.99 of this total amount, the $452, was bills. Everything else was food, for the most part. How do I want to say it? I just feel like it's so much easier when you're on the road. You get caught up because there's traffic, or, you know, with 2 little boys and then a baby trying to navigate through shopping. I'm doing it by myself. Sometimes when you get back on the road, it's like, let's just get something quick. And getting something quick adds up. So I need to reset and refocus. So next week when I come back, I don't have to share this embarrassing story of how much we actually ate out. It's not terrible to eat out, but I feel like when I look at this, it's telling me you did it a little bit too much. We paid $226.14 towards this credit card in the last week, and $452.04 is what we charged. So if we subtract the two, 452.04 minus 226.14, we still have $225 that has not been paid for last week. That doesn't account for the payments we've made this week and are going to make this week. So let's just keep that in mind. Let's put that in perspective. A lot of the charges that we did make, we paid back. Let me move out or zoom out so I can move this off to the side and then pull out my annual budget workbook and go through the charges on the credit card that I feel like I went up to the 16th. The 16th again was a no spend, but then we had the I'll fill in those really quick because you already saw me go through that, so I'm not going to talk about it again. But this charge from the 29th for Amazon Prime video, $3.99, I paid that back. And then you saw me, well, you heard me share about the payments that I made and the cash credit reward redemptions I took. So when I made a payment of $34 on the 17th, that was to cover this here. Okay, so this $34 charge on the 12th, I covered that. I talked about that. I made that payment. $26.93 from groceries on the 12th. I paid that back. $9.84 at Chick-fil-A. I paid that back. $35.85 from McDonald's. I paid that back also. So, and then these here, these smaller charges, like when I purchased my credit report and I put gas in the car, I paid those back. And some others, I just reduced the charges using credit rewards. So that's how that's working. What else is going on? Let me tell you, I have automatic payments that are being made to the credit card every month. So I'm making automatic payments each week, and then also, well, no, I'm making manual payments each week, but automatic payments are hitting once a month. So that's still happening, and that means we're still working on getting this credit card down to zero. I'm going to fix the spending because it was just a lot happening. I think when I get stressed, I also tend to spend a little bit more. So I have to work on that part. Work on me learning how to manage my emotions better. This actually would come from clothing because I bought shoes for the baby. So I put baby. Baby clothes. Okay, but that's coming from clothing. So I have to manage my emotions better. I have to be better at making sure I know how I'm feeling and I don't jump to swipe the credit card just because it feels like, it's a temporary fix. It's temporary. So I need to focus on how I'm feeling and correct that behavior because it's causing me to overspend. It's causing me to overspend in a season where we need to be a little bit less spendy and more saving, right? I'm not saying that it's bad to spend at all. Like, if you want to go out to eat, go out to eat. I want us to eat healthier and I want us to spend time together too. So you have to take those things into account. But in this season that we're in, we need to tighten our belt a little bit more and save. So I have to cut back on some of the spending. That will come from the food fund. I'm just filling in the rest of the charges in my annual budget workbook. I just need to be able to come back to this and see that things were done in the right way and everything is up to date. But I do like using I think it's called the Kakeibo Method. It's really nice. I like it. $7.48 at McDonald's. There's 2 burgers. Speedway. This was for car gas. And that will come from transportation. I'm not writing very neat right now. And this was $34.72 to fill up. Okay, so that's everything. We had 2 no spend days. Hey babe. We had 2 no spend days in the last week. And that is it for this week's video. I hope you guys did enjoy it. I hope you were able to track your expenses with me. Remember to mind your money, manage it well, and live your lives abundantly. And I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye for now.